killed her. My sister.
I didn't do it.
I knew it all along. You were a danger to this palace, a menace to our people. You brought nothing but shame upon us. You are a cannibal, a monster, a plague upon this land. Your very presence here is an abomination. You dare to call yourself a goddess? You are nothing but a curse. I command you to leave this holy land and never set foot here again. If you do, I swear by the gods, you will pay dearly for your crimes. Leave, and don't dare ever come back.
No, there must be a mistake. All my life, I've spent following the words of my goddess. This isn't possible. Astarte, save me. Help me, my goddess.
Even when facing death itself, you would still rather pray to my sister than address me by my name. You pitiful.
Who would pray for a murderer?
Death. It's coming for us all.
Bow in the presence of your ruler, Astarte, Queen of Snakes, Pharaoh of Thebia, Goddess of Life, and Protector of Women. Come forward.
Speak.
Your Majesty, we have traveled far from the eastern province and seek your divine aid. We come bearing gifts of wine and gold, humble offerings for your great power. We have been married for 5 years, yet we have not been blessed with a child. We implore you, Goddess, to hear our prayers and grant us the gift of a child.
Come closer. Are you sure that this is what you want? Carrying a child is a big responsibility, and it will completely change the life as you know it.
Yes, Your Majesty. More than anything in the world, I've been waiting for this moment my entire life.
Very well then. You have been blessed by the goddess. May your child be strong and healthy, and bring joy to your life.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
We are forever in your debt, Your Majesty. Our prayers will be ceaseless, our devotion unwavering. Our child will know only love for the goddess who blessed us with this miracle.
Come forward.
You have served the Empire well, Azir. Your valor on the battlegrounds is without question.
Valor means nothing if it is not rewarded. I've shed blood for this kingdom. And for what? A few scraps of gold and a pat on the back? I'm tired of empty promises and false hope. It's time for action, not words. 8 long years I've shed blood and sweat for this empire. What do I have to show for it? Nothing. Not even a word of thanks from you, Your Majesty. You sit here in gold and luxury, while the rest of us suffer in poverty. We risk our lives on the battlegrounds, while you sit in safety on your throne, doing nothing for your people. 8 years of my life wasted in your service. And for what? These scars on my face? I could have had a wife and children, a home to call my own, but instead, I have nothing but your empty promises.
You make a valid point. Your contributions to the kingdom have not gone unnoticed, and you deserve fair compensation. That's why I'm granting you the privilege of speaking to me directly. So, what is it that you desire? Gold, food, or livestock?
Her.
What?
Isn't it a shame that such a beautiful woman is being treated like a mere ornament? You don't fool me, goddess. Mortals mean nothing to you. But she could have a real purpose out there in the world. She could be a wife, a mother. Why keep such a beautiful desert rose hidden away in this palace? She deserves to be admired by all.
Keep your hands off of her, Azir!
Ha! I see the goddess is not as blind as some would believe. But then again, that is just another myth, isn't it?
Do not forget, Azir, that as a goddess, I have eyes and ears everywhere. But I suppose that must have slipped your mind in your haste to pursue your desires.
My, your temper is quite unbecoming, Your Majesty. Perhaps you should consider finding a real pharaoh to sit on that throne. After all, a ferocious creature like yourself needs a husband to keep her on a leash. Snakes!
It's a pity that one bite from these snakes will kill you instantly. After the way you treated my servant and me, I would have relished seeing you suffer. Good job, my babies. Stop the visits for today. Shai, are you alright? Did he hurt you?
No, Your Majesty.
thank you for stopping him.
I apologize for putting you in danger once again. I promised to keep you safe from men like him. And I failed you. I hope you can find it in your heart to forgive me.
I have never doubted you for a moment. You did everything you promised.
You deserve some rest. Take the rest of the day off and enjoy the garden. I will have someone else handle your duties for today.
Your Majesty.
I have already stated that the visits for today are cancelled. I will deal with any matters once that I return from Drarius.
It's not a visit, Your Majesty. A messenger bird has arrived with news for you. It is urgent, but there is no signature.
Ba?
Your Majesty, the Vizier requests your presence in her chambers.
Tell her I will attend to her later. I must first pay a visit to my sister. Halt! You mortals cannot enter the realm of the underworld unless it is your time to depart from this plane of existence. You dare summon me to the underworld?
Forgive me, sister. I'm sure that the goddess of life has better things to do than visit her lesser sister in the realm of the dead. It has been centuries since we last met, has it not?
Do not forget your place. As the goddess of the underworld, you may have power over the dead, but the living still bow to me.
Of course, sister. How can I forget? Your vanity always precedes you. Even now you've grown. You were so little.
When you were banished for killing our mother.
I see. I should have known better than to expect a warm welcome from my own flesh and blood.
So why did you do it?
Do what?
I've been pondering that question for centuries. Wondering what it would be like when I finally asked you. What your answer would mean to me.
How dare you even suggest such a thing? I would never harm our mother. You know me better than that.
Do I really? I am trying to decide whether to hate or despise you. Perhaps there was a reason behind your actions. I'm willing to give you an opportunity to explain yourself.
Death is never the answer.
Once I thought so too. But having seen all that has happened, it appears that some people can only cause more harm to Eos by staying alive. So I ask you, once again, sister, did you have a reason for killing our mother? Or was it yet another manifestation of your homicidal tendencies?
Manifestation of my homicidal tendencies. I wonder who you heard that from.
There are rumors spreading throughout the kingdom. Some people are even willing to bet on it. But they fail to realize that disgracing the name of the deity will only bring them and their children bad fortune.
Seems you've already judged me without giving me the chance to prove my innocence.
Who else could have committed such a heinous act but you? The one banished for it?
I may have been exiled, but that doesn't make me the killer. I loved our mother as much as you did. I had a vision.
A vision?
I saw a war. A war so big and devastating that words can't describe the horrors it would bring. The nations of Thebia, Merris, Terah, and Drarius clashed in a battle that would have shattered Eos itself. Gods and mortals alike fell before the onslaught, and rivers of blood flowed like oceans. I saw the gates of the underworld open wide and receive the flood of souls. Children, women, men, and worse. Even gods themselves. Dying by the hands of the same mortals that used to sing out their names. Made their final journey into the realm of death. And the world was left desolate and barren. A wasteland of ash and ruin.
Mortals killing us. That isn't possible.
Not when aided by Eris. I saw a weapon of pure annihilation that was said to be imbued with the very essence of the goddess of chaos herself.
Are you certain of what you speak?
Astarte, I know what I witnessed. Can you not see the gravity of the situation?
So what do you suggest I do?
You must find the staff and destroy it before the summer solstice, or Eris will be unleashed, and the entirety of Eos will be consumed by the flames of war.
But where should I begin? Our mother spent years searching for the weapon, yet she never found anything. Help me know where to start.
You accuse me of regicide, and then ask for my help. You're the Pharaoh. Isn't that your responsibility to figure out?
Once those lives are lost, the burden of their fate falls upon you and your reign.
Oh, how thoughtful of you to suggest that, dear sister. But I'm afraid the fate of the kingdom lies solely on your shoulders. Or perhaps you would prefer to entrust your vizier with such weighty matters.
Ami, come to the palace so you could tell me if you get another vision.
You expect me to be in her presence? Not a chance. I won't allow that mortal to come anywhere near me.
Can't you do this one thing for our bond as siblings? You are behaving like an immature child. Don't you owe me at least this much?
I don't owe you anything. I am telling you this for your own sake. Have you forgotten what Neferu did to me? She was so repulsed by the idea of having a death deity as a pharaoh that she ensured people feared and avoided me, even when facing their own mortality. Whatever will she do if you make a mistake? Strip you of your title too, and assume the position of pharaoh herself, despite not being a goddess? She is merely using you as a means to prolong her own miserable mortal existence.
The blood of our mother, her sister, stained your hands. You've earned every bit of punishment that Neferu has dealt you. To even be offered this chance is a mercy. So for once, make the right choice and return.
Oh, my dear little sister. I'll rip my heart out of my bare chest and test it on that scale before I step foot in that place again. Now go, and find a way to stop this war before it consumes us all. I will do what it takes to aid you from here, but I cannot return to that cursed place.
Well. What a delightful surprise. We didn't know we'd had visitors. And look who it is. Our dear friend, Ray.
You know that's not my name.
Of course. But we can still have some fun, can't we? But why would our keeper visit us in these steep caves if not for something thrilling? Will you be so kind as to let us guess?
I'm not here to play games, Eris.
Of course not. Of course. You're oh so busy. We both are. We, for example, have to keep counting the rocks inside our shell. Oh, now where were we? 378, 226. Or was it 7? No, that's all wrong! You interrupted us, and now we forgot. We'll have to start all over again. 1, 2, 3.
Focus, Eris.
So, what brings you here, dear keeper? Someone found that treasure. Our precious jewel, perhaps?
No.
Well, not yet, of course. You're running out of time, Ray. Oh, we can't wait for that moment. It's going to be so much fun. We need to get ready, though. We can't go into public looking like this. What will our dear followers think of us?
You keep me waiting, and with important matters at hand, pray do tell.
I had to attend to urgent business with Ami.
Ami? After what she has done to us? I hope it was worth it.
She's still my sister, Neferu.
Indeed she is. And nothing can change that, unfortunately. But let us not dwell on that now. We have important matters to discuss. Come, sit with me. We have much to go over before the Divine Council convenes. By the gods, Astarte, what could Ami possibly want from you? Forgiveness? A new temple to defile with her wickedness? Or is she still whining about the one I graciously bestowed upon her? I wouldn't grant someone like her even a shred of the prestige she's received. No, we should have razed that temple to the ground after what she did. I warned you, Astarte. She should have remained in the underworld, where she belongs. It was best for Thebia. Or better yet, we should have petitioned the council to rid ourselves of her once and for all. But no, your compassion knows no bounds. It is a weakness that will be our undoing.
Is this all you called me here for, Neferu? To harp on about my duties for the umpteenth time? Or do you actually have something of substance to discuss?
Well, in fact, I do have some news to share with you, my dear. Exciting news at that. I found you a suitor.
I'm not interested.
You didn't even give me the chance to tell you who he is.
I'm just not interested in marrying. I've told you countless times before, and my opinion hasn't changed overnight.
You're over 200 years old, Astarte. I think it's time you stop playing games. You're a pharaoh, a fertility goddess. And yet, you still don't have a husband? Is this some sort of joke to you? What will people think of you?
That I'm capable enough to lead this nation on my own, and that I don't need a man to define me or help me achieve greatness. Just like my mother before me.
No. They'll think you're just some foolish girl who, despite her divine powers, lacks the social skills to entertain a man enough to want to marry her.
I'm not here to entertain. I'm here to rule. You are not the pharaoh. Stop trying to make decisions for me. Unless you have news about the council meeting, I suggest you attend to your own duties.
Marrying into this family could be beneficial. Not just personally, but politically as well. That's precisely why I reckon you'd be intrigued.
What do you mean?
The suitor in question hails from the kingdom of Drarius and answers to the name of Prince Zhongwu.
Prince Zhongwu?
Indeed. It is the Empress' younger brother, Prince Zhongwu, the god of war. A union with him would secure an unbreakable alliance between Thebia and Drarius, a strategic advantage that can prove invaluable amidst these times.
Amidst these times? What are you concealing from me? Is the situation at our borders truly as tranquil as you claim it to be? Or are you keeping secrets from your ruler?
The air is rife with palpable tension, yet no one seems to know its source. Rumors going around that one of the kingdom is trying to revolt. It's probably just that. Rumors. But people believe them.
Ami said that she had a vision. That wars would envelop Eos and pure chaos would break loose.
Eris?
Her powers. She thinks she saw her staff. The discordant staff.
I thought the staff was a myth. Are you saying it actually exists? That it is an intangible and powerful artifact that can shape the course of history?
Ami seems to think so. And so did our mother. However, no traces of this artifact have ever been found. Until today.
The staff that has the ability to give mortals godly powers. Such power is not to be taken lightly. For in the wrong hands, it can unleash untold chaos upon our world.
Indeed. The existence of the discordant staff must remain a closely guarded secret.
The proposal. It would be wise to send a reply before you leave for Drarius to attend the council. It will be unwise to leave this matter unresolved.
I have my own way of keeping the alliance with Drarius.
I have every faith that with time and reflection, you shall come to your senses.
Tia. Pray tell, where did you and the Pharaoh disappear to? I searched high and low, but to no avail. I had hoped that she would grace me with another visit. Did you perchance accompany her on a journey?
Why would she come visit you?
She might have come to visit me because I happen to be her favorite.
Her favorite?
Indeed. It is a well-known fact. As a matter of fact, you might have witnessed how she rescued me earlier today.
She would have done that for any of us. She is the protector of women.
Well, she kissed me afterwards. And that was not the first time either.
Please. You have been with us for what? A year now? Look, I understand that you are the newest addition, but by now you should know that she has not only kissed, but also indulged in much more intimate activities with most of the garden.
Has she ever kissed you?
Well, I must admit she has never kissed me, but I'm certain that if I were interested...
If you happen to be searching for the Pharaoh, she has recently departed from the Vizier's chamber. She appeared somewhat disturbed.
Disturbed, you say? Did you happen to hear why?
Well, it isn't very ladylike to eavesdrop on a private conversation.
We all know you did. Spit it out.
Fine, I did not overhear much. But one thing I can say for certain is that the Pharaoh has received a marriage proposal from the Drarian prince.
A marriage proposal?
From the prince?
I am pretty sure she rejected it, but I had to make sure I wouldn't get caught, so I had to stop listening.
Why do you sound so relieved? Prince Zhongwu is the last of the dragons you should be worried about.
What do you mean?
You'll see it soon.
Your Majesty, King Tiberius, it warms my soul to see you safely arrive from Merris. Your presence is most eagerly awaited at the upcoming council meeting, hosted by Her Imperial Majesty.
The pleasure's all mine, dear Prince. Who knows? Perhaps this council meeting would be more than just a dreary affair of politics and diplomacy. With you by my side, I'm certain it would be positively electrifying.
The Empress does love to put on a show. Last time she hosted the council, the opening ceremony went on for days. I heard that some of the gods were too inebriated to attend the meeting itself. I can only imagine you were one of them. But you have arrived a day ahead of schedule. The festivities have yet to commence.
No worries, my dear friend. I have a previous engagement.
Is that so?
Indeed. And if I recall correctly, you agreed to accompany me. Or have you had a change of heart?
Oh? Oh no, not at all.
I've missed you terribly. The months without you have been nothing short of torment.
I share the same pain.
I'll find the discordant staff and make you proud, Mother. I promise you.